This week on APSU-TV News, an Amber Alert for a missing child. A Clarksville teen is arrested, and an East Tennessee couple is still waiting to come home. All this plus sports, weather, and more. APSU-TV News starts right now. Welcome to your APSU-TV News Weekend Update.
It's Friday, February 21st, 2020.
I'm Megan Stamps.
And I'm Sydney Hawkins.
Investigators in Tennessee are searching for a 15-month-old girl. She's the focus of a nationwide Amber Alert. The child has not been seen since December. Febin Cassahoon reports.
An Amber Alert in Sullivan County raising questions about the whereabouts of a 15-month-old baby named Evelyn Boswell.
Our primary goal in this is to find this child.
The toddler was reportedly last seen in December.
The information that we first had was that at the end of November, 1st of December 2019 is where when the child was last seen. And then another interview conducted fell within the range of around December 25th, 26th.
Captain Andy Seabolt with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office says they were notified Tuesday by the Department of Child Services about the case. At the time, the information wasn't sufficient enough for an Amber Alert.
And through interviews and follow-up to leads, things like that, it was determined after later consultation with TBI that information we had received at that point did fit the criteria of an Amber Alert.
The Sheriff's Office has been in contact with the mother, Megan Boswell, along with the father, Ethan Peay, who is in active duty military in Louisiana.
We have spoken with many family members, and I'm sure that there are some others that would be helpful if we could speak with them as well. And part of what our investigators are doing is just attempting to contact people that may have information that can assist us.
Investigators issued the Amber Alert because they now believe that she's in danger.
Recent shootings in Germany left 9 people dead Wednesday evening. The Associated Press reports that a 43-year-old man posted a rant calling for complete extermination. He then shot and killed 9 people at a hookah bar and other sites in Hanau, Germany, a city close to Frankfurt. German authorities say that there are growing concerns about far-right violence in the country, and they plan to keep up their efforts to crack down on it.
We now have new information in the robbery spree targeting pizza delivery drivers and a woman at an ATM. Clarksville police say that 16-year-old Brian Cook was taken into custody in Nashville on Saturday. Cook was wanted on 3 charges of aggravated robbery and is being held in a juvenile detention center. He is suspected of being involved in the armed robberies last week. Investigators say that holdups happened in a span of about 2 hours on Nolan Road, Kettering Court, and Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. Officers are looking for 2 other men in this case who left the scenes in a newer silver Impala with Northern Carolina tags. Now, if you have any information, police want to hear from you. Authorities in South Korea report a spike in the number of COVID-19 or coronavirus cases in their country. Health officials believe that a super spreader may have attended services at the Shincheonji Church of Jesus in Daegu. The infections in the congregation alone account for more than 2/3 of South Korea's 200 cases. Another 500 members reported symptoms that could lead to another rise in infections. In China, officials worry that the coronavirus is overtaking their prison system. At least 4 prisoners report infection clusters located in 3 provinces. More than 500 prisoners and guards are infected with the COVID-19 as of now. An East Tennessee doctor remains on the Diamond Princess cruise ship off the coast of Japan while his wife is in a Japanese hospital. Dr. Arnold Hoplin and his wife Jeannie were getting ready to leave the quarantine ship when Jeannie tested positive for COVID-19. Jeannie's first test was negative, however, the hospital is currently out of tests, so she must wait for a second test in hopes of coming home. Her husband says that he must wait at least another 2 weeks before they can return home to Tennessee.
Thieves are targeting renovation and construction sites all around town, and the police want you to be on the lookout. Clarksville police have responded to several burglaries where tools and equipment have been stolen. Police have asked anyone with information to contact them.
You can help support Austin Peay students who don't have enough to eat by donating to the Save Our Students Food Pantry. The Save Our Students Food Pantry is looking for soup, pasta, canned meat, canned beans, peanut butter, and fruit. You can drop off your donations at the food pantry on Home Avenue. It's open Tuesdays through Friday, 8:30 until 4. For more information, call 221-1620, a campus reminder from Austin Peay.
Welcome back to APSU-TV News. I'm Emily Walden with your local weather. The National Weather Service reports the quick-moving system will slide through the south today before intensifying along the southeast coast and moving away from the region today. A streak of snow with accumulations are possible from parts of Tennessee through the southern Appalachians to coastal areas of North Carolina and southwest Virginia, while heavy rain with flooding is possible from Mississippi to South Carolina. Now let's take a look at your current national temperatures. New York is at 20 degrees, Chicago is at 31 degrees, Atlanta is at 40 degrees, Dallas is at 44 degrees, Denver is at 45 degrees, Los Angeles is at 75 degrees, and Seattle is at 49 degrees. Now for the highs today in Tennessee, Clarksville we're at 43 degrees, Nashville is at 44 degrees, Memphis is at 44 degrees as well, Chattanooga is at 46 degrees, and Knoxville is at 43 degrees. Moving on to the lows today in Tennessee, Clarksville will be 22 degrees, Nashville is also at 22 degrees, Memphis is at 25 degrees, Chattanooga is at 26 degrees, and Knoxville is at 20 degrees. For our current temperature, it is sunny with a 37 degrees with northeast winds going 6 miles per hour. Tonight's temperature, it will be 22 degrees. The weather will be clear and with winds going north at 12 miles per hour with 0 precipitation. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. On Friday, expected to be sunny with a high of 43 and a low of 22. Saturday, expected to be sunny as well with a high of 53 and a low of 31. Sunday, expected to be cloudy with a high of 53 and a low of 42. Monday, expect to see rain with a high of 59 and a low of 44. And Tuesday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 50 and a low of 37. This is all for your weather. APSU-TV News will be right back.
Welcome back to APSU-TV News. I'm Kyron Harvey with your political corner. Presidential candidate Mike Bloomberg's bus tour visited Austin Peay State University yesterday morning. Bloomberg focuses on student loan forgiveness and wanted our student body to know his plan for it. Austin Peay's college Democrats teamed up with Bloomberg's campaign tour to talk to students about the importance of this upcoming election and voting. You can take advantage of early voting for the Democratic and Republican presidential and county primaries now until Tuesday, February 25th. A new bill could see Tennessee make history. Democratic lawmakers proposed a measure on Tuesday that would allow Tennessee to have a presidential primary. The primary would move from March 3rd to January 2nd, and Tennessee would be the first state in the country to have one. Representative Jason Powell says his party feels that Tennessee in many ways would better represent the nation as a whole demographically. A Republican-sponsored bill takes aim at two media giants. State lawmakers have a new proposal that will label CNN and Washington Post as fake news. 4 Republicans voted for the new proposal while 1 Democrat opposed it on Tuesday. Sponsored Republican Representative Michael Van Huss said the state should recognize these outlets as fake news because constituents are, quote, tired of these elitists in the media, end quote. The possible resolution now has to go before the full House Judiciary panel. Mayor Joe Pitts is cracking down on Clarksville's growing litter problem. City Communications Director Richard Stevens says the mayor asked for some enforcement and the street department to focus on the problem. Violating the city's litter code could result in a $50 fine, and dumping trash in a vacant lot could result in a misdemeanor. Bottom line here, pick up your trash or face a fine. That's all for Political Corner at APSU-TV News. We'll be right back.
Thoughts on Kobe Bryant possibly being changed to the new NBA logo?
I think that's cool. 180,000 signatures on change.org. The late Kobe Bryant becoming the NBA logo could be a real thing. APSU's Patton Cook and Wade Conley went around Austin Peay's campus to ask some students how they feel about the possible change.
Thoughts on Kobe Bryant possibly being changed to the new NBA logo?
I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. I mean, he deserves it.
I don't think they should keep the logo, but they should do something else to honor his death.
Kobe Bryant's one of the most influential basketball players off and on the court, so I have 100% for it.
You for it? Okay.
I mean, if they did, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but if they do, then you would have to put into perspective, like if Michael Jordan died, or even if, LeBron dies or something, who else are going to put as a logo?
I respect, the NBA and how they've had the same logo for so long, but I think it'd be nice to have a new change.
Me personally, I don't think it should be right for him, because if he was still alive to right now, I don't think they would have put him as a logo.
But I don't know. I think it would be different. What would they make it? Would it be?
People dies, I think it's an okay thing to do right now.
The APSU men's basketball team didn't finish with style in the game against Eastern Kentucky this past Saturday. However, they did pull out the win, and that's all that matters. The Govs dominated pretty much the whole game, but towards the end, the Colonels came back with 4 with a minute and 15 left to play. The Govs hit 7 of their 8 shots at the line to finish the game, defeating the Colonels 93-85. This will go on to give 2 Austin Peay basketball players a weekly OVC award. Junior Eli Abib was named OVC Conference Newcomer of the Week, and freshman Jordan Adams was named OVC Conference Freshman of the Week. They went on to play SIUE yesterday, where they won convincingly 78-60. 4 Govs finished in double figures, with Abib leading the team with 19. The Govs play Eastern Illinois tomorrow in Charleston. It was a slow start for both teams at the APSU women's basketball game this past Saturday. Both teams went scoreless for the first 2 minutes of the game. However, junior Brandy Furby opened up the scoring, knocking down her first 3 points of her team-high 17 points. Shooting was not the only story for this game, though. There was a domination on defense in this contest. Austin Peay forced 27 Eastern Kentucky turnovers to get the win 69-53. The Lady Govs were firing on all cylinders from deep, knocking down 12 three-pointers to the Connells' 1 single three. They went on to play SIUE yesterday, where they finished the game out on top, defeating the Cougars 79-62. 6 players from APSU scored in double figures, with sophomore DeShera Booker leading the team with 12. The Lady Govs play Eastern Illinois tomorrow at Charleston. Love was in the air for Valentine's Day, but there weren't any loves for the APSU men's tennis team this past Friday as they snatched the first win of the season against Carson Newman. It came down to the wire as they were tied 3-3 before junior Jacob Loreno picked up his win on the final match of the day to give the Govs the win 4-3. The singles matches are what saved APSU as they won 4 out of their 6 matches. They went on to play this past Tuesday in the Govs Tennis Center, where they swept Cumberland 7-0. Sophomore Oliver Anderson and junior Christian Edison led the Govs, only allowing 5 points in all of their matches. The Govs continue their homestand tomorrow when they play Cumberland at noon. Go out and support your Govs. The Lady Govs tennis team had their 7th straight win this past Friday against Carson Newman, where they only dropped 1 match, defeating them 6-1. Freshman Janet Leder could not be stopped as she only allowed 2 points to be scored on her in all of her matches. Lady Govs' next match will be in Kentucky tomorrow at 4 against Louisville. It was a good outing for the track and field team at their meet this past weekend at the Sanford Bulldog Open. Freshman Kenesha Phillip did her thing, like she tends to do, and won the 200-meter dash with a 24.41 mark. Freshman Caroline Shelton had a season-best 3.80 mark in pole vault, making her really close to overtaking that league top spot. Junior Lennox Walker won the 60-meter hurdle with a season-best 8.63 mark and would later go on to win the 4x4 with Phillips, junior Sabrina Richmond, and junior Alana Johnson. This closes out the regular season for the team as they prepare for the 2020 OVC Indoor Track and Field Championships in Alabama next week. The APSU softball team did well in their games against Evansville and Alabama at the Jaguar Challenge Tournament this past Friday. It started out close in the game against Evansville until the bottom of the third when the Govs scored 3 runs to take the lead. The Lady Govs went on to defeat Evansville 4-2. Unfortunately, they weren't able to carry this momentum into their game against South Alabama, where they lost 8-2. While Austin Peay out-hit Bama 8-7, walks and errors are what killed the Govs. The ladies were right back at it the next day, defeating Louisiana Tech in a close one 3-2. Sophomore Lexi Oswiski hit her second double of the game at the bottom of the 7th, which senior Emily Moore to give the Govs a tie-breaking win. The next game was a heartbreaker for the Lady Govs as it was a high-scoring game, but unfortunately they lost to South Alabama again 9-8. Junior Brick Fellerset set a school single game record by being hit with the pitch 3 times in the game against South Alabama. Lady Govs are playing in the 17th annual Georgia Classic this weekend in Athens. The APSU baseball team had opened up their season with a doubleheader against Eastern Michigan this past Saturday at the Raymond C. Ham Park. The Govs unfortunately lost the first game 16-8. Freshman Skylar Luna did well as he had 3 RBIs off 5 at-bats, but it wasn't enough to defeat Eastern Michigan. However, they did bring it back in their next game where they defeated Eastern Michigan 7-6. Although they didn't win convincingly, they did pull out a win with sophomore Gina Avros leading the team with 3 RBIs off 5 at-bats. This momentum carried into their game against Eastern Michigan the next day, where they won convincingly 13-6. Junior shortstop Bobby Head led the team with 3 RBIs off 5 at-bats and had a 2-run home run in the 5th inning that put away Eastern Michigan. The Govs started out their SAF Dirt Classic yesterday against Murray State, where they unfortunately fell 4-1. Junior catcher Alex Hay was the only Gov to score a run, which was off of Luna's single RBI. The Govs continue their classic against Sanford today at Raymond C. Ham Park at 3 p.m. Go out and support your Govs. It was a gut-wrenching loss for the APSU men's golf team this past Tuesday at the President's Day Match Play Challenge as it came down to a close tiebreaker. The Govs lost to Belmont by 1 hole. The Govs will get to the spring rolling on March 8th through the 10th when they play in the Auburn Invitational at Alabama. And that's all for your Gov Sports. APSU-TV News will be right back.
Parked far, far away from your class? Well, you could walk the whole way, or you could use the Peay pickup. It's a free ride around campus for APSU students, faculty, and staff. You can ride the trolley from 7:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. For more information, go to apsu.edu/SGA. A campus and community reminder from the Voice of Austin Peay, Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Well, it's championship night in the OVC from the Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana.
What a night we had. We had Magic Johnson courtside. I cannot wait to get this thing going.
The building should be full. We should have a whole lot of fun here tonight in the Ford Center. This will be the first conference punching a ticket into the big dance.
Did you know that Kentucky is home to nearly 1,000 species of wildlife?
The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife has a team of scientists dedicated to the monitoring and study of animals that are not hunted, fished, or trapped.
We work every day to improve Kentucky's landscape so that these species can thrive.
And now there's a way for you to jump in and help.
When you become a member of Kentucky Wild, we'll work side by side and do our part to keep Kentucky wild.
Black History Month has made its mark on Austin Peay's campus. The Wilbur N. Daniel African American Cultural Center has been hosting events and continues with trivia next Tuesday, a forum on Wednesday, plus more. You can find out ways to participate at apsu.edu/AACC.
APSU students on campus host organizations are celebrating Black Girls Rock Austin Peay Edition tonight, right here on campus. The event celebrates African American women's accomplishments from ladies right here at our school. Multiple sororities and student organizations will attend the campus-wide event tonight. The event is open to everyone, regardless of gender or color. Come dressed to impress at the Clement Auditorium tonight at 7 for some free food and empowering words.
This year marks 100-year anniversary of the ratification on women's right to vote. This summer, Clarksville will be revealing the Tennessee Triumph Monument that is being built to remember the women in Tennessee who protested during the women's suffrage movement. This Monday, I spoke with a 9-year-old who helped raise quite a bit of money for the monument.
It interested me because I always thought that when women weren't able to vote and they weren't able to do things that men could do, it just made me mad or it made me sad.
The 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote in 1920, ending the women's suffrage movement. This year, we celebrate 100 years since women were granted that right. I met 9-year-old Margot Sylvie at the Smith-Traherne Mansion to talk with her about her involvement with the Tennessee Triumph Monument.
I raised $1,000. We decided that we were going to go and raise money for something, but we didn't know what. So my mom came in to the kitchen room and she told me that they were going to build this statue, and they needed a lot of money to make the rest of the statue. So I decided, hey, why don't we just raise money for it?
This is an example of what the Tennessee Triumph Monument will look like that 9-year-old Margot Sylvie has helped raise donations for.
She had a lot of really grand ideas of what we needed to do to raise money, but we decided we were going to do Christmas cards.
Margot sold hundreds of cards starting in October of 2019 until the last week of January 2020. She is looking forward to donating her check of $1,000 to contribute to the construction of the monument, honoring the women's suffrage movement. Sydney Hawkins, APSU-TV News.
The APSU Peacemakers organization needs your help for a good cause. They're supporting Butterfly Movements Incorporated's Project Cocoon Bags, where they will use your donations to fill bags for women who are released from jail. They're asking for your donations to fill up these bags in the hopes of helping these women get back on their feet and start a new leaf in their lives. APSU Peacemakers are asking for your donations of any size shirts, pants, clean socks and underwear, $5 restaurant gift cards, as well as travel-sized toiletries. You can stop by with your donation next Thursday, February 27th in the MUC, right outside the Peapod. Come anytime from 11 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. And in other news, students have really channeled their creativity to design this year's Office of Disability Services t-shirts. Now the time has finally come for you to vote on your favorite one. The Office of Disability Services is asking for students, faculty, and staff to come stop by their booth outside the MUC Peapod and vote on a design logo. Austin Peay will be turning the winning shirt into a t-shirt, which they will pass out to students across campus. You can swing by and vote anytime from now until 1 in the afternoon.
You can remember the surrender of Clarksville tomorrow at the Fort Defiance Civil War Park and Interpretive Center. This will be a live history event to commemorate the surrender of Fort Defiance soldiers in 1862. The event runs from 10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. Soldiers will also be present to provide cannon firing demonstrations.
The APSU Ant Center is inviting you to join for a magical adventure through a Harry Potter-themed escape room. During the family-friendly quest, you and your team will hunt for the famous Golden Snitch while solving puzzles along the way. The escape room event takes place this Saturday, February 22nd, during time slots ranging from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. You can look on Peay Link for the list of escape times and email the Campus Ant Center at antsc@apsu.edu to schedule your time slot. But you need to hurry though, because only 8 teams with 6 or less people will get the chance to embark on this magical mission. And you may be wondering about what your next steps will be once your time as a Gov is over. Austin Peay wants to get you prepared. APSU psychology professor Dr. Uma Iyer and academic advisor Matthew Kilpatrick will host a Knowledge is Power speech for those looking into becoming graduate students and pursuing education past a bachelor's degree. Society for Human Resources will host the event next Monday, February 24th at 5 in the evening. The speech will take place in Kimbrough Room 113, where Austin Peay will provide free food and drinks.
Whether it's busting a robbery or bowing your violin, becoming an expert takes commitment. Britt Conway explains in today's Take a Look at This.
Dagmar Turner stays on top of her craft, even when she's under the knife. Take a look at the 53-year-old concert violinist playing her instrument while undergoing brain surgery. She wanted to make sure the brain tumor removal didn't affect her ability to play, and it worked. King's College Hospital in London says Turner is recovering at home, and she hopes to return to her chair at the Isle of Wight Symphony Orchestra very soon. Across the pond, these two off-duty officers are equally committed to their calling. Date night for the recently married Kentucky cops took an unexpected turn when this masked man entered their favorite restaurant, flashed a gun, and demanded cash at the register. You can see the pair react in an instant, pulling their weapons and taking control of the situation.
There was literally no question. We just looked at each other. Is this what's going on? Let's go.
The suspect is now behind bars, charged with robbery. And take a look at these volcanoes of a different sort. The National Weather Service of Grand Rapids posted video of these ice volcanoes erupting on the shores of Oval Beach. The phenomenon is the result of repeated interactions between the surf and the ice shelf. For today's Take a Look at This, I'm Britt Conway.
Well, that is all the time that we have for this week. Be sure to join us in the interaction by liking us on Facebook at APSU-TV Clarksville.
And Instagram at APSU_TV.
Thanks for watching another edition of your Gov's News Weekend Update.
And as always,
let's go Peay!